sometimes we feel as if our freedom has been taken. So we are here to remember that there is a liberating power that leads to freedom. So if you close your eyes and place your hands comfortably on your lap and allow my words to guide you into a meditation of freedom. And as you breathe in, inhale that power of the Spirit. And as you exhale, feel that gratitude that lives in you for what is already yours. For the truth to be true enough to set you free, it must be of a higher order, permanent, unchanging, immortal, everlasting, eternal, and persistently present. And so in this moment, with all your being, recognize that truth that the infinite lives within. That the infinite expresses its divine nature as each individual. And know that for this truth, that is a liberating power to freedom, is the truth for all people, in all times, in all cultures, in all places, and in all beings. So take a moment to recognize that power, to be it, to know it, and to know that no matter what is happening, that power liberates us and brings us to freedom. And as we come back to this present moment, feel that gratitude, the gratitude to live in a place where there is nothing impossible, for the Spirit to be, to do, and to give in your life. So open your eyes and look at all the wonders around you. Continue your day, your week, your month, remembering that we are all free to think what we want to think, to love who we want to love, and to recognize that power in all creation. And so it is.
Carmen, thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How is everyone here and everyone at home? Love you so much. Beautiful song, precious. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love, sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. Yes. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Let's hear every little bit of that.
I am recognizing in this moment that I know and believe that there is only one God. I'm knowing and believing, sensing with my entire being that God is the spirit of life that is omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. And I'm knowing that this is what I call love, harmony, beauty. I'm knowing God to be the substance and the first cause of all creation. And knowing and sensing and believing this, I know I am one with God. And I'm knowing that what is good and true for me, it must be and it is good and true for all of God's creation. Everything that surrounds me lives in me. I am in complete oneness with the spirit of life. And so as I come to that realization, I affirm that this center is the expression of spirit, and I am one with it. I'm knowing that God lives in every person, expressing its nature in and through and as each individual who lives. I'm knowing that today's message has already been received by Reverend Wanda. And as she speaks words of wisdom, I listen with my heart, with enthusiasm, that the life that I live is good. And the words that are spoken by Reverend Wanda today is the message that Spirit is bringing to me. I am so very grateful to live in a place of awareness. I'm grateful to accept the love that is giving to me and that is my divine right. I'm grateful for the center. I'm grateful for each person. I'm grateful for Facebook. I'm grateful for all of the technology that allows this message to be heard outside of this building. I'm grateful for the music and everyone involved. I'm most grateful for the Spirit that gives each one of us life and light. And so I release my word into the law, knowing it is already done. And so it is.
So it is.
Carmen, you are incredible. You're so peaceful. Oh, I can't tell you what you do to me when you speak. Oh, so beautiful. We have a beautiful congregational song for you. It's by Gary Lynn Floyd. It's called Unbound. Open your mind, unfold your heart, relax your senses, feel every part. You ain't got a thing to fear, looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Ooh, yeah. Breathe every breath, release your cringe. Love without waiting, slowly unhinge. You ain't got a thing to fear, looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Yes. You can stop waiting for love to find you. Look inside your heart. Love's already who you are. Already who you are. Lift up your voice. Let it be heard. Tell me your story and tell it to me. It's only about one word. 'Cause I think I've been led to, 'cause I'm a seeker just like you. You ain't got a thing to fear, looks like love is growing here. So take your guard and let it down, go deeper still until you come unwound. Unbound. Unbound. Thank you. Such beautiful lyrics to that song.
Thank you. Is my mic on?
Oh, good job, Kaden. Russell took the day off. Oh my goodness, Patty, Powers, and Dave. You know they're life partners, right? I think together since they were 15. Woo! That's only 10 years because they're only 25. If it's comfortable for you at home and in the audience, please stand and say with me, God bless America and the rest of the world. I'm Cheryl Bell, Reverend Cheryl Bell. Co-senior minister here with my sister, Reverend Stacy Hilton. And we're so glad that you joined us today in person or on your couch. We're grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Last week we had, believe it or not, there was summer camp for the teens. Of course, it was virtual. Someone said, "Oh, good." and we all wonder, how did that work out and how could that have been? And so we have a team here to let us know exactly how that worked. So I'm gonna ask Charlie to please come up and tell us a little bit about summer camp. Summer camp.
Hi family, hello. Yeah, I just got back from summer camp. It was only like 4 days at home. But always at camp at the last day, we always talk about like, bring camp to your homes, and not a lot of people do that. But this time we actually had it in our homes, and it was like, oh wow, it's nice, and it was sad to say like, virtually hold each other's hands or awkwardly like. But it was really sweet, and I personally felt the same energy as I would feel if I was at the campsite, and there was only I think like 130 of us. That may seem like a lot, but summer camp actually would have like 500 kids at the campsite. So it was like a winter camp, but it was a little sad to say that not everyone got to join. But I personally got to open up something personal. Like with camp, you could really open up with a lot of things that it's crazy you can do to strangers. Be like, I don't know you, but I'm gonna tell you something that I would never tell maybe my parents or to anyone. And it's really an opening experience, and it's fun. Even though we weren't in person, we still had fun things like virtual summer camp dance. And small things of meeting new people or seeing new faces, and it's just so much fun, and got to like really experience new things. Obviously technical difficulties were great, but still very grateful to know that I got to experience camp in my own home, see familiar faces, and I just wish more teens could have been opened up to do this, because our advisors kept telling us like, you teens had a lot of balls or guts to like really want to do this online, because us teens are tired of Zoom. So but overall it's so amazing, and I'm still enchanted Charlie. Hello. But I'm grateful for my revs and all of you guys to contribute for my teen camp, my special place, my happy place. And I got to perform my own song here on the stage for the talent show. And it's just a great opening experience to find your higher self. And I've discovered Enchanted Charlie from, even if it was within just a few weeks, many people opened up, and it's amazing. It's fun. And, I said every teen camp, maybe this one I won't cry. Too late. So every camp I've cried, but happily, obviously, I've always said that every time I come up here. Sorry. But anyway, I just want to thank all of you, and I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Bye.
All right, thank you. And we love you too, Enchanted Charlie. Yeah, I think a lot of teens didn't join because that unknown thing. Teens and unknown, sometimes, you can't make them, so to speak. I know my mother made me do a whole lot of things, so I really don't get that part, but it's okay. But thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Charlie. So glad you guys had fun. That's beautiful. you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, please swallow your pride. If there's a load that you can carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load. If you just call me, you just call on me, brother. If you need a hand, we all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem, come that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Come on now, you just call on the brother if you need a hand, 'cause we all need somebody to lean on. I know I just might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you have to bear, that you can carry, I'm right up the road, and I'll share your load. If you just call me, oh baby, just call me. Oh please now, call me. I'll be right there. Call me. Oh baby, just call me.
Oh, Bill Willard, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, everybody. Oh, you know, as Carmen was giving the opening meditation.
I think your mic may have come unhooked.
Oh. Okay, how's that? Any better?
Yeah, nice.
As Carmen, in her sweet voice, was giving the opening meditation, invocation, treatment, I was looking around in that big bag of mine for the cell phone. I was so afraid that I hadn't put it on mute and it was going to go off in the middle of the prayer. What will we do with me? I'm trying to get better and better, and I certainly have leaned on a whole lot of people. And I'm also here for you. If you ever need me or want me or need to help me turn the cell phone off, whatever that may be, that's what spiritual community is about. So today, I'm going to summarize a little bit of the message that I've been understanding as we talk about unchained spirituality. What a title. What a title. And so for me, I summarize that by saying that each of us is free in the spirit. Now, do you agree with that? Okay, so I could basically say that and then sit down, but I won't. Because Ernest Holmes had more to say on this. Ernest Holmes describes spirituality as an atmosphere, mental, spiritual atmosphere of good. Atmosphere of good. And he said that this is a realization of the light of pure spirit that is within each and every one of us. And it springs forward like a fountain of life. You get a good visual from that? A fountain of life. Well, we love to talk about this verse from John 8:32. Many times we don't cite the source, but it says that the truth will set you free. You see that everywhere, right? On a card, on a TV show, the Bible, if you look there, but you really don't have to because this message is everywhere. The truth will set you free. Now, I was thinking about that, and the first word sometimes is left off because it really says you will know the truth, and then the truth will set you free. But many times when people are talking about truth, a lot of times it sounds to me as though they're talking about facts versus truth. So I want to just mention my thoughts along those lines. Facts change. Is that right? Okay, so names. Anybody ever changed their name? Their first name, their last name, both names, maiden name, married name, divorced name, remarried name? Facts can change. They don't have to, but they can. How about numbers? Do numbers change? How about your bank account, your savings account, the weight on the scale, or the weight of your money on the scale, or your age? Sometimes you change it one way, sometimes you go in reverse, correct? Change. Transitions. These are facts, and facts change. The truth, however, is true. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Permanent. God. The same. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That which is eternal, that which is internal, that spiritual truth, that intuitive knowledge has been said like this: I am the Lord thy God, I change not. And it is that truth that when you know this truth, it sets you free. It sets you free. So the truth, first cause, as Ernest Holmes, the teacher and founder of Science of Mind, would discuss, this power in, through, and around everything. It wasn't born, it can't die. It is the same. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. What changes is maybe our awareness of it, our realization of it, our belief in it. But what is once true is always true. It is what Ernest Holmes says was the self-existent first cause. Infinite intelligence. It is that reality of our lives. And yet many people aren't so sure. they're feeling things are sort of iffy. I've heard that. I didn't believe it then. I'm not teaching it now. But the rabbi, Jesus taught, know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And that is what happens in these classes that we teach here of science of mind. But the most important truth, next to first cause, in my mind, is the truth you tell yourself about yourself. It wasn't true what the bully in the schoolyard said. It wasn't true what people that weren't on your team said. Remember, I already told you, the truth will set you free. That you're made in the image and likeness of perfection, the image and likeness of God. It is your higher self. So when you go look in the mirror, also see the higher self, the light in your eyes, the joy in your smile, the anticipation that I'm part of junior camp, which I am so glad it was virtual. I am so sorry. But having grown up in science and facts, I just was concerned because it hasn't ended as well for people that went in the physical camp. So God, that's all there is. And so when we get to know ourselves and celebrate whatever form that is, you don't really have to worry about it because I told you it's going to change anyway, right? Yeah. And so you don't have to say the good old days. You have to say today is a good day. Can someone say that? Today is my good day. This power, the truth that directs our lives is creative. It's always creating. It's always expressing. It is absolute. Absolute. And I've seen some amazing things. The pandemic was in New York. And I saw, of course, I look at race consciousness just to see how I'm doing. A lot of people don't, and that's all right. There was years, maybe decades, that I didn't check it out either. But then I started waking up and understanding that I'm part of it. I'm part of what I'm seeing. And so I check it out and see, is there something that I of my own self can do differently? Is there something that I of my own self can contribute differently? That's just me. So as I was checking that out, I saw people in scrubs. You know what scrubs are? And they were kneeling down on what appeared to be the concrete in front of a hospital before they were going to work. And I noticed that nobody was saying, what church do you go to? Do you believe in God? How about Allah? How much money did your daddy make? See, none of that was going on. People of all colors, all sizes, all shapes knelt down on the concrete because they knew of their own self it wasn't going to be enough. Because they were standing up for health and wholeness and life and love and healing. And they were standing up against some virus that they hadn't met before. And they prayed. And they went to work. And the people hung out of the windows, clapping, And there was a agreement, an appreciation, a recognition that we all are living on the same planet, that we all are breathing the same air, that we all have some kind of finite experience that we really want to continue right now. And there was a social contract. And the people said, we will stay in the houses, our apartments for you, and you will go to work for us. And that was spoken. It was a spoken agreement. And the people made the change in New York. You see, one with God is the majority, and there is no thing that the people with an idea whose time has come cannot do. That's right. That's right. So why don't we just affirm God in me, not just me, or I will take it. Sometimes, I could use all the help I can get. So God in me, as me, is me. This is the truth that is setting me free. So you got to practice that a little bit more. Get a little bit more energy up there. But we're free to explore ourselves. And just when we think we got it handled, and we really know, and we've taken all the classes and tests and all those things, something comes up and says, what do you really think? How about now? How about now? So what does freedom really look like? What does real freedom mean? If we're created in the perfection that is pure spirit, and Science of Mind Ernest Holmes says, and then guess what? You're left alone. You're allowed to make the great discovery for yourself. Ernest Holmes says this is liberty, which is another way of saying freedom, but not licensed. What is license? License has to do with the law, and I'm not really talking about spiritual law. I'm talking about contract law. What you are permitted by law to do, what you are licensed to do. But the liberty is God ordained. There's no need not apply for any license for that. The divine plan, Ernest Holmes says, is one of freedom, not of bondage. Bondage is not God ordained. Freedom is the birthright of every living soul. The ones that look like you, the ones that don't. The ones that live in your neighborhood and those who won't. And so this birthright leads the way, points the way to truth. So this divine spirit of freedom under law is in our nature. It's in our nature. And if you tell yourself the truth, you felt that. You heard that inner voice. Maybe you were a teenager and you just knew you were here to set the world on fire, and even though your parents didn't really, think so. But Ernest Holmes says his inner voice speaks to us and tells us about a wonderful life in the scope of what is possible for us. Now, many of you, or some of you, or none of you, might have heard the voice and say, oh no, that's not really me. People that look like me, walk like me, talk like me, they can't do that thing. And I want to say wrong again. Because you wouldn't get the message. You wouldn't hear the voice if that were not for you. Do you get Reverend Stacy's dream? See? Did she get yours? We all have our own thing to do. And we can do it collectively towards a vision, toward a purpose, toward an ideal that's greater than we are. And the good news is God has given us each other, and we don't have to do it alone. So Ernest Holmes says there's this freedom that our soul craves. Remember your children? When they believed they could fly? And as mothers, and then maybe grandmothers, we're trying to keep them how to be safe, how to tamp it down. And maybe they don't fly in the way they thought they might when they were 4 or 5. But someone flies those airplanes, don't they? See? So this dream, this spirit, this self-choice, this free will activates the law of mind in action. Thoughts become things. Invisible thoughts, or maybe you had a vision that was a picturing power of the mind, as Catherine Ponder used to say, through the law of cause and effect. These are real laws. Use them. Use them now. As people are talking about the doomsday scenario, we're saying, well, we are free in the spirit. We are unchained spirituality, and we know that that spirit, which is within us, is greater, Jesus said it, than that which is in the world. The birthright of every living soul. So knowing the truth liberates us all. See, because you can't be liberated if you're holding somebody else down or somebody else back. For us to be free, we have to all be free. All be free. And there are people that have great compassion for others. You know that? You might even be one of them, or 2 of them, or 3 of them, or however many there are. Compassion for our neighbor who hungers and thirsts for their own dignity, their own freedom, that justice, which is the birthright of every living soul. There are those among us. I saw a story, and it was of excerpt of the story. The part that I tuned into was perfect for me to see. And it was about a young African-American man, probably around the age of my grandchildren. And he was going to work a job. He saw an ad in the newspaper for a lady that lived on the other side of town from where he was, who needed someone to move her, furniture, that kind of thing. And he said, well, boy, I really need some money, and so does my mother, and I'm going to get this job. So he was supposed to be there on the other side of town, someplace called the suburbs, at 6 a.m. And his transportation didn't work. So what in the world was he going to do? Well, he said, well, I have 2 legs and 2 feet that work. I'll just walk there. And if I leave my place at 3 a.m., I think I can get there and move that lady by 6 a.m. And so he started walking. And then someone drove up in a car, and it was an officer. And he asked the young man, where are you going at 3 a.m.? And he tells the story that, he really needs a job, and he is going to work, and he's going this time because it's a long way, and he doesn't have any car. And he's never going to get a car unless he starts, getting some jobs. And so this man who's in a police car had a divine idea that he was a peace officer. And he said, well, I have a car. I'll give you a ride. And so that is what happened. This man and this other man got up to the suburbs where they met the lady who needed a mover. And when the lady opened the door and saw them and heard of the situation, she invited the young man, the worker, to go upstairs to her bedroom and take a nap because she thought he must be tired. That wasn't what you thought I was going to say, was it? That's another story. I don't know that story, but maybe one of our senior ministers could help you with that. And he did it and rested because he was a mover. He's going to be moving some furniture. But in the meantime, what he didn't know was the lady at the house got on the computer. She created a GoFundMe page for this worker. Humanity raised $98,000. I would say it loud. Amazing, isn't it? See what you can get when you flip the channels of race consciousness? There might just be something there for you to know. In Isaiah 6:8, it says, I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? Who will go for us? And the young man said, here I am, send me. She needed furniture moved. The young police officer said, here I am. I'm a peace officer. Send me. The lady who couldn't move all her stuff alone, but she could work that computer, said, here I am. Use me. And one with a divine idea attracted, it's called the law of attraction, like-minded people, and they raised $98,000. That's amazing. That's amazing. See, the thing about it is this. None are free until we all are free. You cannot hold your neighbor down put enough gates around you with poison ivy or whatever else you think you need to keep somebody out without holding yourself back. See, because the truth is there's only one of us here anyway. Oh yeah, different shapes, different forms. We already covered that we ourselves may take different shapes and different forms, right? But when we learn to see God, when we come to know who we really are and why we're here, we're living in a different world. We're living in heaven on earth. Love. There's a song, I'm not going to sing it, that became... Sing it! Yeah. I'll start singing and you'll start praying. Love will build, you know the song? I'm not singing, but love will build the bridge between your world and mine. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Well, February 12th, 1809 to April 1865, Abraham said, I think it's time. January 15th, 1929 to April 4th, 1968, Martin said, now is the time. February 21st, 1940 till July 17th, 2020, the son of a sharecropper is only 5 feet 6 inches tall in height, was a giant. He said, lean on me, march with me, pray with me, because we are born free. So we had Abraham Lincoln. We had Martin Luther King Jr. We had John R. Lewis. And we have each other. So as we celebrate the blessings of this life, let us say a prayer, let's take a stand, take a knee, whatever it is, to make this a more perfect union with liberty and justice for all. God bless you and thank you for being here today.
Wow. So beautiful. You are incredible. Incredible. And when you say born free, I will sing born free. Shall I tell a joke, I said? Well, when you say born free, then I sing born free.
Yes. Yes.
Born free, as the wind. grass grows more free to follow your heart. Oh, live free, and beauty surrounds you, and the world still astounds you each time you look at the stars. Stay free when no walls divide you. You're free as the roaring tide, so there's no need to hide. Born free, life is worth living, but only worth living 'cause you're born free. Born free, life is worth living. It's only worth living 'cause you're born free. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, David. Thank you so much. Thank you, Reverend.
Wow. Wow, 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 Reverend Wanda, wow, Patty and Dave. Just wow, wow, wow. This is our time for giving and receiving, actually. Those of you in the sanctuary and those of you at home, it's probably on your screen, our affirmation that we read every week. If you would read along with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless my gifts. I send them forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. Oh, and what I know and I give thanks for is that none are free until we are all free. I'm grateful for this center. I'm grateful for those that believe in that idea of circulation, that what goes out comes back to you tenfold. I give great thanks for those that continue to allow this center to support them, and spiritually and in any way that we can. On Zoom, on Facebook, however we can. We are here to serve humanity, not just our members. I'm grateful for every single gift. I'm grateful even to those that may feel that they don't have a gift to give. And in that case, I want you to think about and just know that you are a gift. And for this and so much more, I stand grateful. And together, let's say, and so it is. I did want to also say that, there's a basket in the back for those that are in the audience, but we also have a text to give line that's probably on the screen. We text LVCSL to 725-502-2505. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. Yeah. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
What a beautiful service. Man, this has been so wonderful. I'm so glad I'm here. The announcements for today are that Prosperity Plus 3 begins Saturday, August 1st at 10 a.m. via Zoom. And you want to register for this class really right away because it's going to take 10 days to get the materials that you need for the class. And you have a choice of either $39 for the electronic one or $49 for hard copy. And so just let the office know because we're having more people signing up for this. So I'm really glad because anybody can take Prosperity Plus 3. And you'll be happy to know we're still having Coffee with the Revs every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. So join in and let's just have a chat with everybody on Zoom on Saturday morning. Reverend Stacy's Healing Words Book Club meets the last Wednesday of the month. And of course, that will be the 29th of this month on that Wednesday at 4 p.m. via Zoom. And the book is called American Dirt by Janine Cummins. So call the office if you're interested. You still have time if you'd like to read the book and join that class on that day. For prayer support, you can send your prayer requests to prayers at Las Vegas, Las Vegas, yeah, we'll get it out here. Prayer at LVCSL.org. Probably read it better up there. Or text 702-534-7096. 524, did I say 524? And if you would like to join our mailing list, just text positive to 42828 to get started. Our freezer full project is still ongoing. So if you know someone that's food insecure, just come by the center and tell them to come pick up whatever food that they need. And also if you've got some frozen food that you can contribute, that would be wonderful too. So it's again, a giving and a receiving there. Our family game night, is everybody bringing like games now? Are we all bringing games, board games? We need to bring board games. I know I've seen some over there, but we need more. We're collecting 100. That's our goal is 100 games, board games, to the power number 2 parent. So games are so much fun. I don't really have to give mine away because I like playing them, but I'll go out and get another one just to give.
Yeah, I
so
gotta
we
get
have
on
one.
Amazon.
That's what I was just gonna say. So now if we get on Amazon Smile and we put down LVCSL, we all get a percentage of that. So anytime you want to order anything online, just go to Amazon Smile. That's the way to do it. And I have another announcement that most of you all know BJ Robinson, who has been a member here for many, many years. I met her 8 years ago through Reverend Cynthia, and Reverend Stacy's mother, MJ, was helping me find a place to live, and I ended up with living in a space within her home. I have my own little space. She was moved Thursday to her daughter's home in Kanab, Utah. So she wanted me to make sure that she told everybody how much, she's 93. She wanted to make sure everybody knows how much she loved them, and she loved taking practitioner 1 classes here, all the classes. And she was really, she came just about every Sunday, and for many years up until just recently, and she's still doing really well, but she just wants everybody to know that she's sending her love, and if anybody wants to call her, I've got her number. If anybody wants to, reach out to her, that's good too. You bet, and I miss her too. And I'll be moving probably first of the year. Her son-in-law comes and stays 4 nights a week at the house. So I'm not totally alone. I can still hear a noise over on the other side of the building. But Nonetheless, he's going to be selling the home, so I'm going to be looking for a place to live after the first of the year. So if you hear of anything, let me know. We also, after church today, we have prayer support, and our very own practitioner, Kathy Bietti, is going to be doing Zoom prayer with you. So anybody that would like to get on, please do so. You just do zoom.us. The number is 779, there it is, 779-812-65884, or just call her, 702-285-6632. Please reach out. We all need prayer. I mean, I certainly need prayer every single day, and if you can take the chance to be with Kathy, you will be ever so blessed. So I certainly encourage that. And that's all I have today. Thank you.
Thanks, Kitty.
So this is our closing prayer. So just become still. And perhaps you have a vision or an idea or a request or a loved one in mind. It's all right, bring that in with us. As we close the outer eye, let us become aware that that inner eye of spiritual awareness is wide open. And in this moment, as in every moment, I'm recognizing that the spirit of love, the spirit of peace, the spirit of family, the spirit of community is expressing right here and right now at new levels of living and loving. I am recognizing that God is, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. And that each and every individual here is part of the divine kingdom that is God, that is good, that is compassionate, that has so many virtues. God's gift through us to the world. And I know right here and right now that new levels of living, loving, health, happiness, wealth, prosperity of every kind is manifesting at new levels of joy, peace, abundance in our life right here and right now. There's no exception. Divine ideas, perfect gifts come under grace for the perfect use of all those that are in harmony with this word. This is the good news. This is the truth that is being taught here. I'm so grateful for the centers of spiritual living, for the philosophy of Ernest Holmes, the teaching of new thought, for this moment that we have come together for a purpose greater than each individual. Taking a stand for a world that works for everyone. Joy, peace, prosperity, ideas, health, love is overflowing through each and every person within the sound of my voice, knowing that love is the gift that keeps on giving. Love is what got us here. Love is what keeps us here. And new levels of living, loving, prosperity, and happiness are being expressed beyond measure. And so for this and so much more, I give thanks and I release this prayer treatment, this benediction, knowing that the light and love has already gone before us and prepared our way. And so I release this prayer, this treatment, in closing, knowing that as each individual opens their eyes, they see a new heaven, a new earth, a new peace, a new light that is wonderful in its scope. This is our time. This is the moment. This is our purpose. This is who we are and why we are here. And I release and let go and simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. As the divine spirit leads the way. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. I know, right? You kind of want to do one of those.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is. Make it a great week.
Was a little baby was a turning up in my city, in my home, flying high, no ceiling when we're in our zone. Got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, got that hot blood in my body. When it drops, I can't take my eyes off it. It was so phenomenally, my life will be moving, so stop. Under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When you move, well you already know. So just imagine, then I can see what you feel, dance, dance, dance. Feel the feeling on you, dance, dance, dance. All those things are shifting when you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing. Just dance, dance, dance. Just dance, dance, dance. Ooh, it's something magical. See me air, it's in my blood, it's rushing all through my city. I lose control. Flying high, no feeling when we're in our zone. Got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet, got that hot blood in my body. When it drops, I can't take my eyes off it. It's so phenomenally, my heart will be rocking. Stop. I love the lights when everything goes. Nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. We move where you already know. So just imagine, just imagine. I can see what you feel, dance, dance, dance. Feel good, creeping up on you when you dance, dance, dance. All those things are shifting to you, dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody living, so just keep dancing. Just dance, dance, dance. Just dance, dance, dance. Come on, dance, dance. Just dance, dance, dance. Woo. Just dance, dance, dance. Can't stop. 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 No, I can't see what you need. Dance, dance, dance. Feel good, run on you when you dance, dance, dance. Things are shifting, you dance, dance, dance. Ain't nobody leaving, Got this feeling in my body. Can't stop the feeling. Got this feeling in my body.